Welcome, everybody, to the Hollow Bone with Phoenix. If you're new to this, being the hollow bone means being a channel or a conduit for source, where healing, messages, and even miracles come through. And each week on the show, you can expect to hear live channelings that open your heart and lift your energy, or conversations with visionary leaders walking their own path of alignment, or healing transmissions that flow directly from source through the hollow bone. Whether you tune in live or listen to the archives, every episode is a chance to receive guidance, expand your awareness, and align more fully with the miracles waiting for you. Today's visionary leader is Sarah Polyakov. She's an author, counselor, life coach, and a mindset expert. Sarah brings a unique blend of real-world experience, advanced psychological training, and specialized certifications to help you rebuild after a crisis, break free from trauma, strive for more personal or professional growth. Sarah has 2 chapters in the best-selling Mission Hope series called Finding Strength in Every Storm, and her chapters are called Meaning Enough for Me and Rise Anyway. Welcome, Sarah.
Hi, how are you, Phoenix?
I'm great, and I'm so excited to have you here, and I can't wait to talk about your chapters and a few other things that you have kind of dropped into those chapters. So let's get started.
Right. Thank you for having me on your wonderful podcast. I absolutely love the work you do, so thank you.
Oh, I'm honored to have you. I think we're kindred souls, and I think that's one reason why it's so much fun.
We are kindred souls, and I am so grateful to you. Thank you.
Absolutely. It's mutual
Yes,
admiration.
absolutely mutual admiration. Thank you.
So let's talk about your chapter, Meaning Enough for Me. At first I was like, that's kind of an interesting phrase. And then as I dived more deeply into the chapter, it was like, oh, now this is making so much sense. But what would you like to share about it for our listeners today?
So, meaning enough for me, this is interesting. I will share something with the readers before we start. So, Mission Hope, I love writing for Shar Murphy's anthology, Mission Hope,
Yes.
because it is inspiring and you will find the most amazing authors in this anthology who do bring you hope and bring you a new outlook and sense of aliveness. So, these chapters are just chock full of the best life advice and transformational journeys. So, anybody who hasn't picked up the anthology, please do. As for my chapters, they are channeled, as I was telling you before. I can't really sit down and write. Now, once I get the topic and I know I have to write something, then it always comes, but I never know what will come and when it will come. But I know it has to come before the deadline, etc. So, meaning enough for me was truly a channeled chapter, and it was based on a reflection that started when I was a child. One of the first questions I asked my father was not, why is the sky blue or why is the grass green? It is, Dad, what is the meaning of life? And thankfully, my dad is a professor and a philosopher in his own way. So he encouraged me just to find meaning, and he knew that question would eventually be answered in the course of life. So it really wasn't answered until recently, and that's what Meaning Enough for Me is about. I had a dear friend. You never know where meaning will come from. And this time, meaning came from a dear friend. I have a dear friend who started out as a pen pal when I was 19, I believe. And we have never met in person, but we have developed a brother and sister like relationship. And we have been a support to each other throughout one another's life. And what's interesting is my friend is a lifelong atheist, or he was a lifelong atheist. And it's interesting because I'm a lifelong energy healer, lifelong believer in unconditional love, the unconditional love of spirit, all of these things. So I've always had this very close relationship with spirit. And one might think, well, that's kind of an interesting relationship to have somebody like me gel so well with somebody like him. But it really doesn't matter if we're spiritual or not. It's, can we find common ground and a friendship? And so he and I found a sibling like friendship that evolved over the years. And that's where it all started. But he got some horrible news, and that news was that he had Parkinson's disease. And he's a very young person to have Parkinson's disease. And so I was shattered when I heard this news, and he wouldn't listen to me talk about healing or anything like that. And so on and on it went. He went on the Parkinson's drugs. He's in a country where they only buy one device per day. They only have one surgeon per day, one operation per day. So the government in Italy, this is what he told me, only had about 365 devices. That's all they could afford. So he was on this long waiting list, and he was going through all these tests. And this was dragging out years. We're not talking about months, we're talking about years. And so it got to the point where his Parkinson's medication was failing. So the suite of medication they had given him was failing him, and he lived alone with his two cats. And he would get to moments where he would just freeze up, and he didn't know when his body would be able to move again. It was becoming very frightening for him. So it got to the point where um, we started talking more deeply about life, because he told me that if it all came down to it, he was going to opt for unaliving himself through the medical system, right? They can do, well, we can do that here as well.
Yeah.
And he asked me, before I unalive myself, will you just come meet me? And of course, that stirred something in me, because I said that you don't need to unalive yourself. There's something else. There's another path here. I just knew there was another path for him. And I knew it wasn't his time. So I got down to praying, and we talked one day. I mean, there's more to the chapter than this, but he listened to me one day about the God I know, and this is what it came down to. I spoke to him about the spirit of unconditional love one day, and I said it pursues us relentlessly. I spoke to him about the God I know, the one who pursues the lambs and the lone wolves like him, who have wandered to the farthest corners of the earth. I spoke about how this God I know pursues all of us from a place of love and protection. The love itself is a gift to be bestowed upon us. Therefore, it was the spirit of unconditional love that had been pursuing him throughout his life. And if this unconditional love had been pursuing him throughout his life, it wasn't just going to take him so far and then stop. So we had this really deep conversation about that. And that spoke to him. Of all the words I had spoken all of these years, those were the words that got through to him.
Oh my gosh.
And he said that he could definitely believe in the God that I know. And so that was the moment when he dropped the atheism and decided to believe in that God I know, that spirit of unconditional love. And he said he could believe. And then he got the message that they were going to give him that surgical implant for his, it was a miracle. They were going to give him that surgical implant. And he told me he was scared for that surgery, even though what he wanted for came, he was scared. And he said, if the God that you know can bring me through the surgery with no ill effects, he's like, I will definitely believe. And of course, that's what happened.
Of course. How
That's
could
what
it
happened.
not?
Yes. So he had absolutely no complications from that surgery. He came out with flying colors. He was back on his feet. The doctors were amazed. And so he could believe in the God I know. And when all of that happened, it occurred to me that maybe this is the meaning of life. Maybe the meaning of life is actually helping people that we meet. We never know where the paths of life are going to take us or where those relationships that we meet. We meet people, like a pen pal, for example, and you never know where that relationship will go. I never knew I would be going through this experience with my pen pal. And so I decided this is the meaning of life. People are placed in our path, right?
Right.
And through these relationships, we can find this shared meaning that changes lives in one way or another. And I thought, wait, that could be the very meaning of life. And
Yes.
if that is the meaning of life, that is meaning enough for me.
Mhm. It's perfect. That is so perfect. And what a beautiful miracle to happen.
Yes, it truly was a miracle since he got the implant that was the most um, I don't know, I guess they're making new implants each year and some of them are more technologically advanced.
Oh my
So
God.
they gave him the most technologically advanced implant and they're training it on his own brain so that it's truly personalized. So
Oh,
he got something completely unexpected that he
wow.
never could have even envisioned. He didn't even know this implant was available.
Oh my God.
So I feel like that spirit of unconditional love that was always working in the background took him further. It took him so far, and then it took him further than he even could have envisioned. He just wanted an implant, but
Yeah.
they gave him the most technologically advanced implant so that he would be symptom free.
Oh my gosh. So that's what
And
the
now
implant does then. It stops the tremors and it stops the
it
freezing and
does.
oh my
And
goodness.
they're able to program it for his own brain now. They have this technology, I guess, where he goes in and they program it according to what his brain is doing, all the different regions. And
Oh,
I just thought that was incredible.
that is incredible. That is just mind-blowing.
It
Wow.
is mind blowing.
I wonder why
So
we
he
don't
was
hear.
selected.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I
I'm
wonder if we do have it here, but
Mhm.
maybe, I mean, now I'm wondering, do we have that here? Because that would save so many people's lives. And
Absolutely.
maybe if you knew, if somebody out there has Parkinson's or knows somebody who has Parkinson's, maybe ask the question about this implant. I don't know if it's only FDA approved. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
FDA approved rather here because
Mhm.
Europe has different approval standards than we do, etc.
Mhm.
So I don't know, but it's worth asking.
It is worth asking. And how beautiful that you discovered your answer to your question after all these years through this miracle?
Thank you.
Wow.
And that
Wow.
truly is meaning enough for me because it shows us that while we're here, we can make these active differences in the lives of people around us.
That's right. That is right. Oh, that is just so inspiring, and it's simple. We can all do it, right? Just
Yes,
just
all of
speak your
us.
truth, speak from the heart. Who knows where it's going to lead?
Exactly.
Oh, gosh. Thank you for sharing that. That's just such a beautiful story. I feel like it's going to be part of a
Thank you.
bigger novels at some point. Hmm.
I hope so. I
Yeah,
hope so.
yeah,
I've experienced so many miracles in my life that that is definitely a book that I
yeah.
need to write one day. All these
Oh,
different miracles that have been just woven throughout the tapestry of my
yeah.
own life.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh gosh. And you were one of the few that had two chapters in this Mission Hope book, which I found fascinating. And this second one is called Rise Anyway. And I thought, Rise Anyway. I wonder where she's going with that.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I loved
That's
it.
I think it's I think we've all had this experience in life where either the inner voices, which I call the inner critic, get
Mhm.
so loud that we want to become disheartened. Or
Yes.
maybe it's the people around us who are naysayers and they are fearful for us. So they tell us, don't live your big dream. Don't do that big thing. Just stay where you are
Be
because that's the
safe.
safe place.
Exactly.
And that's what Rise Anyway is about. That's the premise, is that there comes a moment in nearly every life when the voices around you begin to get louder than the voice within you.
Mhm.
And this phenomenon may have started so long ago that the only voice you know is the voice of an authority figure, a parent, a teacher, a mentor, or even just your own inner critic. And sometimes we adopt those voices as our own. Just Rise is about breaking through all of those voices.
Wow. I just thought that was such an uplifting chapter because it just, it you gave all these examples that we all have gone through, right? And just showed people how to turn it around. You don't have to listen to them. Believe in your truth, believe in your heart and stay steadfast in that. That's the most important thing here. And I think it's the hardest thing for people, especially when they have authority figures telling them otherwise.
Right. And all of us, I believe, are born with gifts, not just one gift,
Right.
but gifts, plural. We are here to give those gifts to the world.
That's right.
So if we stay in that comfort zone, we're robbing others of those gifts.
Yeah.
Usually our gifts are there to change the world in a positive way.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. And, I don't think we believe that about ourselves. We don't think that we're important enough, right? I mean, there's so many stories that we tell ourselves. But your chapter is just so uplifting and encouraging. It helps people to turn it around, turn your story around. Come on. This is what you have to share with the world.
Exactly. And you will be helping so many people out there by sharing what you have.
Yes.
And there's that Maya Angelou quote. I don't have it on the tip of my tongue, but the gist of it is that people remember you for how you made them feel rather than what you said,
Yes.
right?
True. It is so true. And
So
you have a beautiful poem at the end of that chapter too that I thought was
I
just so
do.
it just really brought it all together. Would you want to read that?
I would love to read the poem.
Yay.
Yay. One of the ways I love to express myself is through poetry. I've
Oh,
been doing this, yeah, since I was a teenager. I've been writing poetry.
wow.
So, so yes, sometimes a poem will come out even after I write a chapter.
Yeah.
And this was one of those poems that was going through my head. The words were going through my head, and I was thinking this would make a really great poem,
Wow.
right?
And
So
it
it
is
came
a
out.
great poem.
Yes. So would you like me to read it now?
I would love to have you read that.
Okay, so the poem is Just Rise. And here we go. They may doubt you. They will talk. The money might run thin. The best laid plans might fall apart. Just rise. The road might twist. The storms will come. Let it shake you. Allow it to hurt a little. Just rise. Rise when it would be easier to stand down. Rise when no one claps. Rise when the world feels like it's ready to collapse. Rise where others have given up. Rise through your fears. Rise when the answers seem unclear. The setbacks will come and the critics will speak. They prefer you to fall fast asleep and to enter the land of quitting. But rise anyway. Strength comes from doing. Courage is forged from trials. When the quest falls upon the knife's edge, just rise. So let those hard days come. Allow the hard things to flow over you until they become soft. Do it again and again and again. Put on those steel-toed boots, kick up the dirt, cause a stir, and just rise.
I love that.
Thank
I
you.
just love that. Oh, so inspiring.
Thank you.
Oh my
I
gosh.
hope it helps somebody.
Oh, I don't doubt that it will. I don't doubt we may never know, but I believe that it will. Yeah.
Yep.
And
Just
those,
rise, everybody,
yeah.
truly.
And isn't that the name of a new book you have coming out sometime soon?
Yes, it's a book I'm writing called Just Rise. That
Oh,
chapter in that poem, I felt like, wow, I have a lot more to say on rising because I have been through quite the tumultuous journeys in my own life and my
yeah.
own trials and tribulations due to health problems and all kinds of other problems. And I've had to rise through so many things. And I thought this might be a book because I know I'm not the only one out there who struggles.
That's exactly right. Oh, that book, I can't wait. Can't wait to read
Thank you.
that. You could
Thank
include
you.
some of your miracles in there, because that's part of your life.
Yes, I have so many miracles. I have this God of unconditional love that I know has taken so many really precarious situations and turned them into miracles for me. And I'm
Wow.
so, so grateful for that.
Oh,
And I hope that happens to everybody. I
yes.
don't want anybody to suffer. So if anybody needs a miracle in their lives right now, I know that that miracle will be granted in one way or another.
Mhm.
And I'm sending you that positive energy for your own miracle to be granted.
How beautiful. How beautiful. Just like your pen pal, who suddenly went, "Okay, I'm a believer." You never
Yes,
know. You
just
never know.
years of telling me, hey, I'm a lone wolf and I don't believe. That was he wore that as a badge.
Oh my
And those
gosh.
badges just fell away.
Wow. That is so incredible. Oh,
It is.
wow. Oh my gosh. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to leave the listeners with about either your chapters or encouraging words or anything?
I just wanted to say that if you are struggling today, tomorrow may be the turning point in your life. It may be. So I'm asking you not to lose hope.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, we don't know what tomorrow is going to
Thank you.
bring us. We just know it's going to be here.
Exactly.
Oh, and look at
And
your
my
dog.
little dog, my
Yeah.
little dog has joined us. Apparently the words resonated with my little Papillon because
I
he's up
think
here giving me a kiss.
Oh. Wow. Well, thank you so much, Sarah. This has just been as wonderful as I hoped it was going to be. I knew it was going to be because I met you before and I was
Yes.
just so excited to hear your stories and how you impacted the lives of so many people. And I just thank you for making a difference in the world. Whew.
And I thank you for making a difference in the world with your podcast. I know that you are healing so many people through your podcast.
I hope so. That would be a wonderful thing to know for sure. But you know how it is with podcasts. People don't always reach out and tell you things.
No,
So,
they don't always.
so we
Yeah,
just
the same thing
believe.
with blogging and everything. It's you never know, but I know that it does impact people. I know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what we're made of, right? That's why we're here to have meaning in our lives. And we make meaning, just like you said, from making other people's lives a little bit better from our connection.
Right. Right. Thank you, Phoenix.
Thank you, Sarah. And thank you to our listeners, whether you're live or whether you are listening to the replay. We just appreciate you too very much. And may you go away changed from this podcast.
And may you go away blessed as well.
Absolutely.
Sending sending you the energy of blessings multiplied.
Ah, that's beautiful. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.